Hello, thanks for joining me with Tech Talk with Terri. Today we're going to be talking about Security Plus. What is CompTIA's Security Plus certification anyway? Well, it is the baseline certification that you need to enter into the workforce as a security specialist. And one of the reasons that it qualifies as that baseline security is because it is on the DoD 8570 and 8140. You're like, what is that? So the DoD stands for Department of Defense. The 8570 is a directive that was created in 2005 that said, hey, the federal government has to tag, track, identify their workforce, their security workforce. And then the 8140 came out in 2015 that kind of changed that information assurance personnel to a cybersecurity personnel. And not only the DoD, but other organizations have adopted this same directive for their own IT departments. So even in private sector and state governments, if you have a qualification that's on the DoD 8570, it's likely going to be accepted there as well. So you're like, okay, now what kind of jobs can I get? What am I going to be doing, right? So you could be a security administrator, a systems admin, a help desk manager, analyst. You could do network and cloud engineering, security engineer. You could even be in DevOps. You could be an IT auditor or even an IT project manager. So lots of choices with this certification for your career, right? And you're like, okay, so how do I get this? How do I prepare? Well, there's many resources. You can watch videos, there's practice tests, there's all kinds of things on YouTube, just like this channel, but there is an option with the Computer Workshop to take an instructor-led course that will give you, of course, an expert in the classroom for 35 hours, a comprehensive manual, hands-on labs. You'll have quizzes at the end of your chapters so you can kind of practice up on the quizzes. You'll have flashcards to help you study, and you will also have a comprehensive end-of-class practice test that mirrors that certification test that you would be taking at CompTIA. So what will you learn, right? So what are you going to be able to do? You're going to get this Security Plus certification. What is it going to help you in your job? Well, you're going to be able to recognize threats and attacks and where you are vulnerable on a network. You are also going to be able to take a look at the architecture and design of an enterprise environment and see if it's acceptable or if we're using best practices. You will be able to implement Access Manager, which is really important. That's the number one really security, is giving people the lowest security access that they need to do their job, right? Operations and incident response, how important. So if there is an attack and you want to preserve that information, right, there's a way that you do that so the authorities can then go after the attackers and use the information that you've captured. You will also have to be able to come up with governance, risk, and compliance for an organization. So all this is wrapped into your Security Plus certification. Now, on test day, it's going to be tough, which is why it's good to take this course with the Computer Workshop, because you have unlimited phone and email support from your instructor that may even help you prepare or pass that exam. So the exam is 90 questions. You have 90 minutes to take it. Your certification is good for 3 years. To renew it, all you need to do is get 50 CEU units over those 3 years and apply online in your portal. Just upload those CEUs and you will be automatically renewed. If this information was helpful today, please like, share, and subscribe. And always come back to our YouTube channel to see what's next on our Tech Talks.